Happy Mindset Tuesday. Here we go. Tonight's session is a really important one, not only for your journey here, but for your wider, broader journeys, probably of life, actually. You would have received an email from me because you're on my email list. You're part of what I do, a big part of what I do, a huge part of my life, professional life, and personal, actually. So you would have got an email from me tonight. And in that email, you must go find it, check your junk, check your spam. I talk of the final farewell, which is a 5-year journey that has been feel, look, be, coming to an end. And as I was typing it, I was actually choked. I really was. I was getting teary, like I felt it in my stomach, and I was like, well, this has been the biggest, most amazing journey. Not only for myself and speaking personally, but for honestly thousands upon thousands of women who have had so much success as a result of doing Feel, Look, Be. And it's been incredible. From start to finish, it's been amazing. What a learning journey. But anyway, I'll not repeat myself too much. Please read the email. Feel, Look, Be is coming to an end after 5 years. And we're into our last, after this month, we're into our last 2 months. And it's going to be the best of. So I've done some stupid things, mental things, crazy things, made people laugh, made people cry. So it's going to be the best of. The lives that people have loved, the lives that have moved you, like in terms of action, really fucking moved you. And the lives that have made your belly sore while laughing. And the lives that have really gripped you emotionally over the years. So you don't want to miss it. So if you check your email tonight, you've got a link to sign up to Feel, Look, Be. Go and get it done, and let's celebrate and see the year out together before we hit December, which will be our steak and eggs challenge, actually, in December. So, managing change. Change is the only constant in life. And you've all heard the phrase, and I've used it many times. And just because it's true doesn't make it easy. The only constant is change. I just said that at the start. So, it's round the corner for all of us. Even when we're riding the highs and it feels amazing, even when it feels really low and dark and black, change is afoot. And this too shall pass, both good and bad. It's great when the bad passes. It's not so great when the good passes, because for every light there's dark, for every up there's down. And so managing change is really, really important. And it's probably one of the biggest parts of this journey. Managing the change of lifestyle, the change of mindset, the shift in what I'll call the spiritual element of who you are, the shift in weight, the transformation that you're undergoing, sugar burner to fat burner, fat to skinny, psychologically in tune or not in tune to very much in tune. So it's this whole thing constantly. When I shut the doors on my gym after years of pouring my heart into it, I felt lost, actually. And my identity was tied to the space. But that moment of uncertainty sparked me to create something bigger, something better, something that was going to help people, not just in Dundee, all over the place, globally. I was limited to people that could see me at 6 p.m. on North Island Street in Dundee with a capped capacity for a class. I was able to deliver impact bigger than that. But the loss made me feel like I've got to create something really good. Just like the loss of my dad. That loss made me realise, listen, I can do something here. Like, I need to do something here. It taught me all of those things, that change is not something to fear. It's something to lead and lean into, not fear and shy away from, and let my anxieties play a pivotal role in that. And I move away from it. No, I want to go to it because I want to create positive change. So today, or tonight really, I want to share with you how you could manage change and not just survive it, but to go through it and work through it. So, I'm going to break it down a wee bit. Change triggers 3 main reactions. The first one is fear of loss. What if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? What if it's not as good? What if I can't do it? What if I'll never manage it? Fear of loss. Some people really struggle with change. I personally love change as a person. I love it. Some people really don't. 2, loss of control. I don't know how I'm going to handle this. I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know if I want to handle it. I was used to that, and now I'm not going to be used to this. Loss of control. The third one is about the future. So what happens next? The fear of the unknown. I don't know what's going to happen here. Your old limbic ancient brain is keeping you here, and it knows what time you get up in the morning, what you eat, who you speak to, the route to work, what you do in work, who you speak to in work, how many coffees you drink in work. Your brain is happy with that. Your old ancient brain, your dinosaur brain. The modern part of your brain is like craving change. This old ancient brain, though, it's got more of a hold on you. It's keeping you safe. It doesn't want you to enter into the realms of the unknown. So that's uncertainty about the future. So 3 things, the triggers: fear of loss, fear of control, and uncertainty about the future. Our brains are wired for safety. So anything unfamiliar will feel like danger, and you might get anxious. Your temperature might go up. You might start having wee palpitations, maybe panic attacks, even though you maybe anticipate that the opportunity might potentially be amazing. It might be great. It might be brilliant over there, but your heart rate's up, you're sweating, you're heavy breathing, you feel like running, so fight or flight, adrenaline flooding your body. We've all been there. So think about it. When you start a new job, or launch a new business idea, or leave your work, like I did, leave my gym to jump on online. Tracy Hillam left NHS to become a private midwife. Or even change your health habits like this. There's that inner voice saying, nah, it's too risky. Nah, you better not do it. Don't do it. So you need to recognise, firstly, that the resistance to change isn't a weakness. It's biology. It's that old ancient brain saying, no, you're okay here. You're safe here. And once you understand this, you can begin to reframe change as growth and not a threat. It's biology. It's supposed to have you wired like that to protect yourself. My personal story, when I moved my whole structure, my coaching structure, to online, it was pretty terrifying. Gym closed. Will this even work? I went from having a really, really busy gym and a steady income and a clear routine to sitting at my kitchen table thinking, right, can I really do this? Will anyone even buy from me that doesn't even know me in Dundee? Will they? I want to reach people globally. How are they going to know about me? Like, how am I going to do that? That's not going to work, is it? And you start to give yourself the fear. And then your belly goes. And I faced a lot of judgment, a lot of self-doubt, and tons of late nights thinking about, how do I make this happen? Scared of the change, but leaning in tentatively, but with huge drive. But by embracing it step by step and day by day and just one thing at a time, I turned the moment of uncertainty into a business that gave me complete and utter fulfillment, freedom, flexibility, and the ability to impact thousands of lives all over the world. That's what it done. And you're one of them. So it taught me the powerful truth of change is never about an external event. It's about the story that you tell yourself as you go through it. What's your story? What's your interpretation of the story? What's the meaning that you place on the story that you're telling yourself? Change is never about the external event. It's all about the story. It's all about what's going on inside and how you're thinking about it. Because actually, It's just an action, it's just a process, it's just another thing. But all of these emotions that you've got attached to this story are what's giving you the heebie-jeebies and the butterflies in the belly and the sweats and the late nights no sleep. So this next bit would be a framework for managing stress, and I've put it into sort of 3 main areas. So the first one is clarity. You need to get clear on what's changing and why. So this might be your job, might be your relationship, might be Feel Look Be. Massive change is afoot here, right? Last 2 months of Feel Look Be as a celebration, going out with an absolute bang. And what's to come, be poised for. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But clarity, get clear on what's changing and why. Uncertainty creates anxiety. So as long as change is progressive, is planned, and it's not just a sudden change, because it's a sudden change that causes anxiety. So when you get notice about things, you're not scared of things to evolve. You're not fearful of that. You're scared of sudden change, and that's quite scary. So uncertainty creates anxiety for sure, and I know that for a fact. Ask yourself, what exactly is changing? And what's the bigger vision? And if it's anything to do with me, I don't just leave things and just walk away from things without replacing it with something outstandingly better. But what's shifting for you? What's changing for you? And what's the bigger vision? When you're leaving a relationship, for example, what's your bigger thoughts about, like, beyond that? What goes on beyond that? That's been your life. That's, in essence, your past. You're presently dealing with it, but your future, what's the bigger vision? Here's an example. If you're launching an online business, for example, your focus just won't be on the tech. It's on the freedom and the impact that you'll create. That's the bigger vision. It's not about the day-to-day logistics of putting a team together and like needing a payment gateway and a landing page and a website. It's not just about this. Actually, it's the vision beyond that. What's the freedom it's going to give you? How much impact are you going to make? How much money are you going to make? How are you going to feel? It's that stuff over the hill a wee bit. But it's the stuff that you could think about right now. Here's a wee exercise for you. We're going to call it the North Star vision. That North Star, that guiding star. Write down your North Star vision with a clear statement of what you're moving forward to, or what you're moving towards. What's the thing you're moving towards? Second C is confidence. Build belief through action. You can't build confidence without action. You can't. You could talk about it, you could read about it, you could speak about it, you could think about it, but without action in it, there's no confidence being built. That's why I say, get up off your arse and get it done. Show up at last, woman. Slap, 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 slap. Show up. Come on. Get a rocket under your arse and make this happen. Stop talking about it. Yeah, I'll do it on Monday. Oh, it'll be next Monday. Oh, it's Monday. There are lots of Mondays in here, and you're still talking about it. But confidence, build belief through action. Confidence doesn't come first, action comes first, and confidence will always follow. Small, tiny wins are absolutely crucial. Don't focus on the big mountain or the big hill in front. Focus on the wee sleeping policeman or the wee hump in the road, and just take the next step. The next step. Third C, commitment. What are you actually committed to? What's your commitment? You'll show up. You'll get clear if you're committed to something. What is that thing? What does that thing look like? And what does commitment look like for you? Commitment for me looks like showing up to this live, showing up to a live every single day of every single month of every single year, practically. Commitment looks like going live on holidays, engaging with you lot, even if I'm on a family holiday, even if I'm somewhere beautiful with my nearest and dearest and people I love the most in the world, and saying, look, I'll be back in half an hour. That's what commitment looks like for me. What does it look like for you? So, some thoughts about change, but see, ultimately, change and how you respond to it is sitting in the palm of your hands right now. It's in your heart and it's in your head. And if you could see everything as an opportunity, you could spin everything. You could spin the shit out of everything. And I mean everything. And you should. Any of the bad stuff that's coming, try and see a wee window of opportunity. Any things that's just, you can see it coming up over the hill. Think about how you could potentially deal with it before it's even here. And that's the secret. It's preparation. It's seeing the opportunities. It's navigating the obstacles. Keeping them at bay. And knowing that your vision and what you're working towards, if you stay committed to it, you'll do the work required. So as far as I'm concerned, Feel Look Be starts on, not this Monday, but next, is that the 4th of October? Can't remember, hold on. Let's see. No, it's the 6th of October. And then the next one is the final one, the 3rd of November. And then what happens next? You'll find out what happens next in due course. It's not for now. That's what I'm spending all my days on. And I'm excited and I'm energised and I'm so, like, the word I suppose right now, like, that I'm feeling a lot of is excitement. This is my guide right now. This here, Athena, the Greek god. She's my guide because I feel so much of this and what it means and what it symbolises. I have been on a personal journey. It's been woven through my business. And you lot have played a huge part in my life, like massive. It's all in my book. And I'm in a different phase. And I believe you're in a different phase. And when you see what's about to happen, it's going to be like a key in a lock. And you're going to go, and it's going to be really reassuring. But you have to embrace change. I'm not just talking about everything that's happening here in your life. It's the most adaptable that survive. You need to be resilient. You need to be able to take the falls. Sometimes, you get on the scales after trying really, really hard all week. And sometimes your weight doesn't shift. And sometimes you've stuck to the plan. That happens sometimes. It's called an anomaly. There's no accounting for it. There's no explanation for it a lot of the time. Because you've done more, you've been more, you've felt more, you've seen more, you've actually given it your all. And that's resilience. Other people would go, oh, well, that's crap then. I mean, that programme doesn't work. What are all these people talking about? That's a shite programme. What's she giving it? As an excuse to go back to the digestive biscuits, because the old ancient limbic brain knows that you're okay there. You're not going to die yet. And you're not going to be struck down yet. So you'll be fine for another day to eat digestives. The modern part of your brain is like, come on, move, go towards it. And I suggest that you all lean into a bit of both, definitely, and manage change. But you need to see things as an opportunity. Grasp them with both hands and know that if it's anything to do with me, the benefits are going to be hugely in favour of you and for you. But that has to translate to other areas of your life. You have to go towards the things that are positive, that are energising, that are beautiful, that are abundant. If it's people that don't do that for you, no. If it's your job, no, you need to look for a new job. If it's a new housing estate, it's no floating your boat, move. But you have to take action on it. And if you don't, you'll lose all your confidence and you'll lose yourself to it. So embracing change is so important because it's coming. Whether we like it or not, it's coming. Buckle up, everybody. Buckle up. And that's how I'm feeling. Got this? And years ago, and if you know, you know, a lot of you will know, citrine, this stone, Leo gave me this. And he read the little label at the crystals. It was the crystal shop in St Andrews. And he read the little label and he thought, Mum, this is for you. Because he felt something I was going through at the time. And he gave us it. And I've had it ever since. And it's amazing. You'll be thinking, ooh, it's a bit too much for me, this. I'm off to make a coffee. Powerful stuff. Lean into it. You need to. Okay, I've got 4 dogs to walk, so I'm about to do that right now. Lots of love to you. Embrace change. And if you, last point, you know if you need to change. You know it. You're maybe just too comfy. Check your emails tonight, everybody. They're there. Okay? Lots of loves. See you tomorrow night. Remember, tomorrow morning, you've got your movement session. The Pilates and the yoga is amazing. Get involved. Get yourself right involved and stop putting that off. Do it.